Hi, Matthew. So I want to go over some things with you, and hopefully this video will help. I see that you've submitted your final project with forms in it, and I've also seen that you have put in here a rubric database. Okay. Um, and I also see that here is your final project as well. And it has lots and lots of different forms in it, and it's got one table with one drop-down list. Okay. Um, and so I want to explain a few things to you in this video about your final project and what's required. And hopefully that can help you succeed in this class. Um, so let me go and switch to the content, and then I'm going to scroll down here to where the rubric database can be accessed. Now, the first thing that I want to let you know is that if you want to find the rubric database, it's right here, okay? And the other thing that I want to let you know is that you need to use this semester's version of the rubric database, not last semester's version of the rubric database. I noticed that you pulled up that you submitted last semester's version, and that really doesn't work for this semester. It's not fair to the other students if I'm grading you based on last semester's requirements when everyone else is being graded on this semester's requirements. So you can come here to this module and notice that it's all the way under week 15. You have to scroll all the way down here to rubric database and click on it. Okay. And there's lots and lots of instructions here about how to submit it, okay? And then right here is where you can open up this semester's version of the rubric database just by clicking on it, okay? And then you can click on download, okay? Now, let's go back over here to the rubric database again, and we're going to scroll down here again, and here's a video on how to use that rubric database, okay? And I'm going to go over just it a little bit for you in a moment. Okay, so I pressed download, and then it took a little bit of time, but this is what came up, okay? So what you want to do is you want to click on Stop All Macros, close this, and then click on Enable. And it will come up with the tutorial, okay? So you can go through the tutorial, but before you do, you need to fill this information out. And so I'm not sure what your S number is, but you put in your S number, whatever it is, and then you put in your last name. And I'm not sure I'm going to spell it right. And then your first name, and where I can reach you in case there's a problem. Okay, so this isn't your phone number, I realize, but I'm just giving you an example. And then just to give me a description of your, I think you're doing it on hats or something. But anyway, give me a description of whatever it is. Okay, and so then you can say okay. And so now that's filled out. And and again, you can go through the tutorial if you want and read it. But if that doesn't work if you understand the tutorial, then you can just click here that you don't want the tutorial to come up again, and you can say exit tutorial. Okay? And then from there, what I want to talk to you for this submission is about forms. Okay? And so to create or to go over what's required in your final project, you're gonna your forms, you click on forms, and it has different requirements, and these are where the requirements are. Okay, and you can just go through each requirement. Okay, and just clicking on next record. Okay. And some of these are not required for this version. You can see that it says when due and it says completed version only. Then that means you don't have to do it this particular draft submission. Okay, so you go next, next. You can see, okay, now this one says that you need to do it for the forms draft and the completed version, both. Okay, so it says queries may be designed in a graphical format or SQL format. And so you need to actually, what it's saying is have an SQL statement for every one of your forms. Okay, so and once you can grade yourself on how well you've done it. Maybe you haven't done it at all, this particular, whatever, or maybe you've done it completely on all your forms, whichever. All you have to do is say how well you've done it, and you can write notes to me. If you need help on something, you can write that there. Okay? And you go through each one. And then when you're done, you can say close and close database, and then just put that database in the Dropbox. Okay? Hopefully that's helped. Thanks.